The Judgment Day's problems are far from over. And yes, they made peace with each other. Last week on Monday Night Raw, Finn Balor, Damien Priest, Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, they are all still full members of the Judgment Day, and it seems, especially after what we witnessed during NXT, that the stable, the group, Judgment Day, is still as strong as ever. But the fact remains, Finn Balor is looking to dethrone Seth frickin' Rollins from his World Heavyweight Championship. Finn Balor is looking to become World's Heavyweight Champion. And unfortunately for Finn Balor, Mr. Money in the Bank, or in this case, Senor Money in the Bank for WWE for the men's side, is Damien Priest, his partner in Judgment Day. And we already saw a taste of what might happen between these two members. We saw it all the way back at Money in the Bank itself during the World Championship match. We saw it a few weeks ago during Monday Night Raw as well, when Damien Priest, number one, at Money in the Bank, he teased he was going to cash in, although I firmly believe that was just, even in the grand scheme of things, that was just a way to try to get Seth Rollins out of his game and help Finn Balor win that match. Obviously, that wasn't the case. Seth freaking Rollins retained the title, and he's still the world champion now. Now, on Monday Night Raw, it was a different story. Damien Priest was firmly looking to cash in and become world heavyweight champion against Seth freaking Rollins, and he wasn't able to, which led to the issues, which led to the problems with Finn Balor, and these will continue. Because at the end of the day, both men, even though they're partners, even though they're stablemates, they are looking for the exact same goal, which is to become World Heavyweight Champion, to lead Monday Night Raw as its champion. And ultimately, it will lead to one of these members being kicked out of the Judgment Day. Will it happen anytime soon? I doubt it. The only way this can happen is the moment Damien Priest decides to actually cash in his Money in the Bank contract, and I firmly believe when he does, he will become World Heavyweight Champion. There's very little chance that he cashes in and he does not become World Champion. In my opinion, the question is, does he pull a CM Punk and cash in on his partner? Does he pull a CM Punk and cash in on Finn Balor, maybe when Finn Balor becomes world champion himself? And I bring up CM Punk because he did this all the way back in 2009. He teased cashing in. He was so close to cashing in on Edge during SmackDown, during a few other pay-per-views for the World Heavyweight Championship at that time. And Umaga, R.I.P., was the one to stop him during most of those cases. But on one night during Extreme Rules, after a ladder match, Jeff Hardy had just beaten Edge for the World Heavyweight Championship, and out comes CM Punk. And he cashes in on Jeff Hardy and becomes the brand new World Heavyweight Champion, which led to CM Punk's memorable run as heel champion for SmackDown all the way back in 2009. And what WWE is trying to do is kind of mimic what they're doing right now on SmackDown. We have stable warfare, family warfare over on SmackDown. We're going to have stable warfare on Monday Night Raw. It's going to happen slowly. We saw it with the Bloodline. Sami Zayn, how many times was Sami Zayn questioned about his loyalty to the Bloodline? How many times was it teased that Sami Zayn was going to get kicked out from the Bloodline by Jey Uso? Or that there was clear tension between those two members before it actually happened. And that happened for months. The same thing, I believe, is going to happen on Monday Night Raw between Priest and Finn Balor. And I love the fact that Rhea Ripley is trying to keep peace, because she is the current Women's World Champion. She is the alpha female of Raw right now. So she's just trying to keep her family, her stable together. And unfortunately, Dominic Mysterio's character, nobody's going to listen to him. From the moment he got into the Judgment Day, like, Damien Priest didn't want to tag with him. Finn Balor didn't want to tag with him. They just put up with him because Rhea Ripley, mommy, wants him there. That's the dynamic between the group. So right now, Finn Balor, he's been trying to prove a point. He's been trying to get back to being the Finn Balor that Seth Rollins called out. The Finn Balor that beat him at SummerSlam 7 years ago. That's the Finn Balor that the former demon, current demon, is trying to look for. He's trying to find in himself to finally become World Heavyweight Champion for the first time once again after 7 long years. And Damien Priest might be the roadblock in his way. Because like I said, these two members are not family. They're friends, they're stablemates, they're co-workers, whatever you want to call them. They are both looking for the same objective, to become world champion, to be the top guy on your show, to lead that show, whatever it may be. And they might disguise it as it's all for the Judgment Day, it's all for the group. At the end of the day, that won't matter when the group ultimately implodes, because Priest and Balor are going to be fighting over the exact same thing. And it's just a matter of time. That's my belief. And again, Triple H is very adamant about slow build, getting to it, giving us taste, giving us options on where he might take whatever given story. He's been doing that ever since he took over creative almost a year ago at this point. So it won't happen tonight. It won't happen anytime soon. That's my belief. I don't know. I'm not in the creative meetings. But as far as I'm concerned, the Judgment Day is in real trouble. Between themselves, amongst themselves. As simple as that. But with that said, what are your thoughts? Do you think the Judgment Day is as strong as ever? Do you think Finn Balor and Damien Priest finally put all these issues behind them and are back in full throttle amongst them, amongst the Judgment Day? Or do you think, or do you agree with me? Do you think that Judgment Day is, counting its days as a stable, and eventually the World Championship is at stake, so Balor and Priest are going to have to make a hard choice. The Judgment Day or the World title. So with that said, leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comment section below. Tune in later on tonight to the USA Network for another episode of Monday Night Raw. We're about 2.5 weeks away from SummerSlam. Alright, so we got to start announcing some official matches for the show. With that said, I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.